Sorry for the little screw up, folks, but tonight the MegaMets Podcast is doing a doubleheader for Wrestling Dontaku 2024 from New Japan, coming to us live from the Fukuoka Convention Center, May 3rd and 4th in Fukuoka, Japan.
Indeed.
We kick it off with the first shows night. Kickoff Match, Togi Makabe and Katsuya Murashima teaming up against Shoma Kato and new co-holder of the Never Openweight six-man tag titles, Boltin Oleg. For those who don't know how he got it, April 16th in Taiwan, and 14th in Taiwan, there was a 14 tournament in the trios of Oleg alongside Yano and Takahashi, Newman, Okan, and Akira of the United Empire, Sho, Kanemaru, and Evil of the House of Torture, and Tsuji, Bushi, and Shingo of Los Ingobernables Stay at Home for the vacant titles. Ultimately, went the way of Oleg and Bebop Tag Team, so they're the new champs.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little as much as I didn't want House of Torture to win the tournament, it would have made a little more sense that way. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're basically even though you're giving Oleg one of the weaker titles to start him out with, you're still giving him a title before he goes on excursion. That's a little too soon, in my view.
Indeed.
That said, I will take Makabe and Murashima. Where are you going to go with this?
This is on the first Makabe and Murashima.
First
night. I will probably do the same with Makabe and Murashima as well.
Okay. Next up, that was the kickoff. First match on the proper main card. We will have DOUKI and TAKA Michinoku face off against Yujiro of Just Five Guys, take on House of Tortures, Yujiro Takahashi, and Sho. Note, I have not mentioned which one of them is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, as these two will battle it out on April 27th or 29th. Give me a sec.
I'm right now on the one for the 20th, which is tomorrow.
Oh, I was doing May 3rd and 4th.
All right, then let me fast forward to that, because there's always these. Oh, yeah, May 3rd and 4th. Aha.
Okay, the junior title match between Sho and DOUKI is on the 29th. DOUKI earning number one contendership by defeating Kosei Fuja on the 14th in Taiwan. The only reason Sho is still champion, Yo dislocated his shoulder at Sakura Genesis in 73 seconds.
That's gotta be a freaking yikes.
This led to Sho gloating, and then both DOUKI and Fuja coming out, DOUKI knocking Sho out, and then, once again, making off with the junior title. So once again, Sho has to fight to get his property back. I mean, I get this is a running gag with this. I mean, I agree that Sho does not deserve the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. That's all fine and dandy. But for the 29th in Kagoshima, wouldn't it make more sense for him to walk out with the title, gloat over for DOUKI, and then enter the BOSJ with the title in hand, and then put a target on his back where everyone wants to fucking kill him?
That would be an end game of sorts.
And of course, whoever wins the tournament doesn't get him at Dominion. This year, the BOSJ finals are at Dominion. You gotta wait till a house show to get the title match. Which I think sucks.
Indeed.
I'm giving this to Sho and Yujiro. Where's your vote, Paul?
Sho and Yujiro, huh? I'm probably doing the same.
Next up, six-man tag. I'll let you handle this one.
In the red corner, we have Yuya, Uemura, Taichi, and SANADA. They will take on Callum, Newman, Francesco, Akira, and the Great Okan.
Just five guys?
Yep, just five guys. This is a tough one. I'm going with Uemura, Taichi, and SANADA.
I'm going to say United Empire. There's got to be a bit of a chemistry build between these three, and the wheels are kind of falling off in United Empire, and they need to refasten them. Know what I mean?
Fair enough.
In six-man tag action, Jado, El Phantasmo, and Hikuleo take on Kosei Fujita, Shane Haste, and Mikey Nichols. GOD versus TMDK. We know that also on the 29th, the strong openweight tag titles will be on the line when Haste and Nichols make their first defense, fresh off beating GOD alongside No Filthy Days Off, Tom Lawler and Fred Rosser, and the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs, in a failed four-way open challenge at Windy City Riot in Chicago last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give, since Team DK is riding the momentum, I'm going to give this to the Mighty Don't Kneel. Coupled with the scuttlebutt, the Hikuleo's contract is running out in June.
Which means he's probably going to be leaving soon.
Unless Takahashi can coax him to stay. The main reason the previous president of New Japan got ousted was because he had little to no knowledge of wrestling, and he let a lot of the big stars, Jay White and Will Ospreay especially, walk.
That is the biggest blunder I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going with this one?
For this tag, Jado, El Phantasmo, Hikuleo versus Fujita, Haste, and Nichols. I'm going with Fujita's team.
So TMDK?
TMDK.
Next up, oh brother. In preview for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Title rematch, Ryusuke Taguchi teams with new champions Bishamon against Taichi Ishimori and former champs Chase Owens and Kenta. This kid's going to be a damn no-brainer in my view. I'm giving this to Bullet Club simply for the fact Taguchi's on the other team.
Yeah, Taguchi has to fall. I'm sorry, but you gotta fall. Bullet Club will triumph.
Throw up a too sweet.
Yes, indeed.
Next up, it's 8-man tag action. Your turn.
Yes. There's a lot of tag team matches.
We've got LIJ against against War Dogs in this one.
Yes, we have Bushi, Takahashi, Tagaki, Naito will take on Ghetto, Drilla, Maloney, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. Wow.
Naito has got to be smarting after dropping the IWGP World Heavyweight title to Moxley last week.
I know.
I actually called that damn thing.
You were spot on with that.
Thanks. And this is mostly set up for Takagi against Kidd for the Never Crown the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also dependent on who after the Kagoshima show, is leaving with the IWGP Junior Tag titles.
Yep.
Which I'm pretty sure are going to be the War Dogs, so I'm going to give this to Bullet Club. You?
I'm also giving it to Bullet Club.
Okay. Next up, brother, I really hate this one. El Desperado teams with Shota Umino and new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley to take on Yoshinobu Kanemaru, number one contender Ren Narita, and Evil. Set up for the Mox versus Narita IWGP World Heavyweight title match. I'm going to be blunt. Next day, John, you're going to need backup to face the House of Torture other than just Shooter.
Yep.
I mean, put Mox in a corner, and box Mox into a corner, and give the edge to the House of Torture in this one.
Indeed.
You're going that way too?
Yes, I am.
I find it weird that we have this next one a parallel to the Okada-Omega rivalry from 2017-2018. The New Japan World Television Championship, in his second reign and first defense of it, Zack Sabre Jr. takes on a man who last year went to a draw.
That's new.
And he lost to.
Wow.
Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a 15-minute match. If anything, it's going to be a fast-paced one.
True. I would have found it funny if they made this like a 30-minute time limit best-of-3 match.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
Because there's no way they're going to do a no time limit 2 out of 3 falls match with this. Is this where Cobb gets the dupe, I mean, the big dupe he's been looking for, and the momentum builder the United Empire need? In your opinion, where do you go with this, Mega?
I would have Zach retain.
That's
a no-brainer there.
I'm going to go on a limb. With a win, a loss, and a draw between these 3 over the last year,
and something's got to give.
If they play it the way the Okada-Omega rivalry did, I'm going to give this to Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go Cobb on this. As much as I don't want to hot potato this title, we may have to. Next up, David Finlay versus Yota Tsuji. To me, this is number 1 contendership for the global title at Dominion, and this is a no-brainer. Finlay's winning it.
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, Finlay bears a grudge over Tsuji winning the New Japan Cup. The only reason our bracket got busted was because Finlay ended up getting sick.
Wow, that sucks. Getting sick really is the worst thing.
Mm-hmm. Finally, the main event. The Sacho of Night 1. The Sacho, the president of New Japan. Hiroshi Tanahashi challenges the wanted man, Nick Nemeth, in his first defense of the gold from TNA Wrestling, who may or may not be going into this as the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion coming out of Rebellion tomorrow night.
Only time will tell how this plays out.
Mm-hmm. If they're setting up Nemeth versus Finlay 2 at Dominion, I'm going to give this to Nemeth.
Indeed.
Because, putting the belt on Tanahashi would be a stupid idea because we know Finlay would just squash him like a bug.
Indeed.
Now to night 2. We start with a Frontier Zone match, one I had to add at the last minute. This one from a Kyushu promotion Kyushu coming in this time. Jetway and Naoki Sakurajima against Murashima and Makabe. I will go again with Makabe and Murashima.
That's a no-brainer on that one. Sure. I'm also going with Murashima and Makabe.
Shoma Kato.
Now that we got the opening act out of the way,
your turn.
Let's get to the good stuff. Our first match, it'll be a tag between Shoma Kato and Boltin Oleg versus Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols.
TMDK all the way.
You got that right.
Just 5 guys against United Empire. DOUKI and Yuya Uemura versus Francesco Akira and the Great Okan. This is mostly to set up the probability if the two juniors are in the same block in this year's BOSJ.
Indeed.
I'm giving this to the United Empire.
Fair enough. I shall also do the same.
Kosei Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Callum, Newman, and Jeff Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
If Jeff's got that TV title, you want what to build momentum, I'm giving it to Cobb and Newman.
And you need that momentum.
But knowing you, since you went Zack with the TV title match, you're going him and Fujita?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough. 8-man tag. El Desperado, Shonen Umino, and G.O.D. Phantasmo and Leo against House of Torture, Kanemaru, Sho, Yujiro, and Evil. House of Torture, you know what that means. Horseshit shenanigans.
Yeah.
But you gotta wonder how beat up that if Sho and his team, Shota Umino and his team can beat up House of Torture enough to where they can't come out for the main event.
I don't think they're going to survive it.
I say House of Torture barely gets out of there with the skin of their teeth. With a win at the skin of their teeth. And a lot of bullshit. Wouldn't you agree? Mega?
If I were to pick, I don't think Shota's team's going to stand any chance.
So you're also going House of Torture.
Exactly.
Tag match. Nick Nemeth and Hiroshi Tanahashi against Taichi and SANADA of Just 5 Guys.
Indeed. I'm going with Namet and Tanahashi.
I'm taking just 5 guys. In 8-man action, Bushi, Hiromu, Yota y Naito, ustedes los ingobernables de Japón, versus Bullet Club War Dogs of Gato, Drilla, 100 Proof, and the Rebel.
Yeah.
Finley's on the rise, Niles on the fall. I'm giving it to Bullet Club.
I'm also giving it to Bullet Club. Let Finley rise even further. And now
Yeah.
we get to the good stuff.
You first.
Of course. For the IWGP tag titles, a 60-minute time limit. On the left, we have the champions, Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto, facing the challengers, Chase Owens and Kenta. I think the champ should retain.
I agree. Like, here's the thing: whoever they get next is something that Yoshi and Goto need to do. Get over that 2-defense hump. They've never been able to hold on past the get past their 3rd defense attempt.
Yep.
And this is their 4th reign, I believe, as the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champions.
Yep. So true.
So who knows how it plays out? I would agree in giving it to Bishamon.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Shingo Takagi in his 1st defense of the Never title in his 4th reign goes up against Gabe Kidd, who has just gone full-blown psycho. I mean, the week after this, he's facing Eddie Kingston in a no-ropes last man standing match at New Japan Strong Resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
Which I swear to God will be bloody, violent, and not for the faint of heart. Do I think he win? Do I believe Kidd will win the Never title here? No. Will he get the title off Kingston in the week after? Yes. So I'm taking Shingo.
Indeed.
Finally, the main event. God damn, I hate this one. Jon Moxley, the new 9th IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, defends against sold-out Ren Narita of the House of
Torture. It's going to be a fierce battle.
It's going to be a shit heap.
How so?
Narita, House of Torture, shenanigans. It's going to be overbooked. Any match involving the House of Torture borderlines on Vince McMahon level of bullshit booking. We've seen it before, Jose.
Yeah, we did.
Multiple times, and it's frustrating me that this could happen. And that this is happening. And you know what's even worse, and what's more depressing would be if Narita goes into Ontario, California the Saturday after as the champion to face Shota Umino. Because the winner of this, Shooter, is next in line.
Indeed.
I thought Umino had put Narita in his rearview window during the New Beginning tour in January. But nope, the little bastard reared his ugly head when he attacked Moxley after he beat Naito for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. And Tana, if you're smart, do not book Narita the winner. Same thing with you, Kato and Ghetto. Because even you know, you saw what happened when Evil won the title. Nobody popped for it. Same principle will apply here if Narita wins it. For the love of all that's holy, Mox, I'm picking you to win. Don't fuck it up. Where's your stance, Jose? You going Moxley or Narita?
Yeah, I think Moxley's going to retain. No way about it. Kevin says, and I still don't forget about the botched ending of the explosive death match in AEW Evolution. Oh my god, didn't think about that.
2021 show. But then again, I didn't expect what I found out in this month's Boruto manga chapter.
Yep.
Know what I found out?
Yeah.
Kurama has been reincarnated inside Himawari.
Just wow.
And unfortunately, we all know that Himawari is Boruto's thumbscrew. If his sister's in trouble, he's going to come rushing to the rescue at any cost. Despite being now viewed as an outlaw by everyone in Konoha.
Mm-hmm.
Which will not be pleasant for him. Okay, folks, that's it for tonight's run of the MegaMets podcast for our picks at Dontaku. One other thing. What was your opinion of Tama Tonga joining the Bloodline last Friday?
I didn't see that coming. That was an interesting twist.
I mean,
we know Tama Tonga made a name for himself in Japan.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you kind of expect him to join the Bloodline when you consider his family and the Rocks do have a blood pact.
The Inoue family. The Inoue family is a legendary wrestling family. Not all of them, though, because one of the members actually is not a wrestler, but is in real estate.
Well, actually, Tama's father, or rather stepfather, is Haku.
Didn't see that coming.
Hence why I said blood pact.
Interesting. This might prove to be interesting. So when are we doing our predictions for AEW Dynasty? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Because I'll say it here. I got to look at the card. It's stacked. But there's one thing that bugs me. They had to put 3 matches on the pre-show.
Where is that meme?
I know. They put 3 matches on the pre-show because they had a stacked card, but they couldn't put enough.
Hold on.
I feel bad. Because honestly,
you need to find some sacrifice.
Go ahead.
Stupid date naps. Hang on a sec. Here it is. Gun!
Yes, indeed. The most famous line from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. That movie still holds up to this day, everyone. If you haven't seen Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, you honestly should.
And then again, it's even been mocked in shows like The Big Bang Theory, only with Will Wheaton.
And Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe did a mock of that too, but it's actually pretty funny. Thank Richard Epcar for that.
True. So I still think the Will Wheaton one from Big Bang Theory was better.
Indeed.
Anyway, that's it for tonight's MegaMets podcast. We will catch you on the flip side tomorrow for AEW Dynasty predictions. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channels. MegaMan G, that's 228. Goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang.
See you mañana. Para Dynasty. This will be fun.